in Foster Care Associates Scotland, we are working with 32 local authorities across the country. The majority of them make referrals to us on a regular basis. So what happens is they will give us a call or they'll send us an email when they are looking to identify a home for a young person. It might be basic information to start with, or they may send us through a referral form, a risk assessment, some background information, and that gives us the basics of what they're looking for in terms of maybe a young person's age, gender, area, and maybe some needs that they have. So we are looking at the carers that we have available and trying to work out whether we've got someone who could meet the needs of that child. So we do some back and forth usually with the local authority, get some more information about the young person. If we think we have someone, we're then starting to share some information about our foster carer and open up discussions with the foster carer and their supervising social worker about whether we think it's a match. In terms of matching, it's always going to be our priority in Foster Care Associates Scotland. We are very proud of our placement stability. Our young people tend to come to live with our families and then they stay. They tend to stick. From the very point that carers call in to make an inquiry, we speak to them about, longer term care. The chances are that a young person could end up living with you until they reach independence and go into adulthood, because we want carers to know that that is our expectation. Where possible, if that is the plan for the young person, that's what we want to happen. We don't want them to move, we don't want them to have to go between different families or leave foster care before they're ready to. So matching is very much our priority. We will find out as much as we can about that young person before we would agree a match, and we would, where possible, we would make that as planned as it could possibly be. Sometimes things happen in an emergency and a young person may need a home quicker, but where possible we would hope that there could be plans, meetings, introductions before that young person goes to live with the family. And that's a really important part of making matches work. Information sharing is key. Whatever we find out about that young person will be shared with the family. We would never withhold any information. We make sure that they are fully aware of that young person's background, their experiences, and how that has impacted on them and possibly their needs and their behaviours. That enables us then to look at where the foster carer might need some additional support, and that means we know from the start where we might need to involve our therapy services or education or support.